What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? It's Jay Panther here. Today I'm talking to the men. I'm strictly talking to the men today. We're going to look into 5 things that women secretly test you for in a relationship. You know, women, they have a way. You have to understand them in order to be able to follow or to match their energy. So as a man, I'm going to give you tips of 5 things that women will eventually test you for, just to know the kind of man you are, just to know what your capabilities are, just to know how responsible you are. These aren't games though, they are just instincts. A woman tests not to manipulate you, but to find out if she can trust the man she's with, if the man can lead, if she can follow him emotionally, if he's solid, if he's strong enough to lead the relationship. So we're going to dive into each one of them. Number 1 would be emotional control. Emotional control. She wants to know how easily you react to things. You know, woman wants to know how fast you react to things. You know, she wants to know the kind of guy she's moving with. You know, she would love to test you emotionally. She wants to know how your abilities to adapt to things. What she's testing is your ability to be grounded, to stay grounded during tension, during disagreements, or when she expresses strong emotions. She wants to find out your emotional stability in a relationship. Why does this really matter? A woman wants a man who can handle emotional storms without losing his composure. So they will test you emotionally. If you snap or get defensive or try to win the argument, she sees it as a weakness, as emotional weakness. You have to be emotionally ready in getting into a relationship. Mostly those that are willing to get married, because in a marriage it's different from in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, it's way different from when you get married to the person. When you're in a relationship, she can be angry and just get out of the house and go to her mom's house, her dad's house, or her friends. But this time when she's angry, she goes to the next room. So it's still under the same roof. So you have to be emotionally ready to get a woman's emotional side, emotional test. You have to be ready to pass that exam, because that's a crucial exam to pass. Let me give you a scenario of what I'm talking about. She might bring up a sensitive topic. She might just wake up one morning, bring out a sensitive topic. Maybe she acts distant or even poke your ego. She might just wake up and start to look angry for no reason. Not to be toxic. Believe me, it's not to be toxic, but to see if you stay calm and self-assured. To see if you will come into that space of like, baby, what's going on? Did I do anything? You try to talk her out of that emotions that she's presenting to you. You know what I mean? So you have to be emotionally ready. So when she brings that attitude towards you, what do? Respond, don't react. Show calm leadership. Even if it's in that emotional moment, you have to be calm. You have to be calm. Don't go with the energy that she's bringing. Remember, respond, but don't react. Show calm leadership. Even in that emotional moment, you have to be very calm in order to be able to win her in that battle or pass that test that she's giving to you. Another thing, number 2, I would say, is what we call masculine boundaries. Maybe masculine boundaries in the sense that will he stand up for himself? She's trying to test you if you can stand up for yourself. That is number 2, masculine boundaries. In this situation, what she's testing is whether you are confident enough to say yes or no, and stand your ground respectfully even with her. She wants to know how firm your deciding power is. She wants to know how strong you are in decision making, in saying yes or no. That is a woman for you. She wants to know if you have that will to say yes or no to her. Why does this matter? If you fold easily, if you fold too easily and say yes when you're supposed to say no, just to keep the peace, she starts to feel like she's leading the relationship. She knows what she's asking you is genuinely wrong. Just because you want to keep the peace, you say yes. She starts to feel like she's the one leading the relationship, and that kills attraction over time. It will not keep her to be attracted to you, because women need security. Security emotionally, security financially, security in all ramifications. Women need security. So that's why she'll test your boundaries, how masculine you can be. Let me give you an example. She might joke about something. She might joke about something disrespectful, or test your willingness to do things you're uncomfortable with, like canceling your plans for her. This is a woman for you. She might joke about something disrespectful or test your willingness to do things you are uncomfortable with, like canceling her plans for her. And if you fall for that, man, you are doomed. In such scenario, what do you have to do? What you have to do, hold your frame, be kind, but be immovable on what matters. Be kind, hold your frame, be kind, but be immovable on those things that matters. Because women love when a man is firm. Real women love when a man is firm in their decision making. So you have to be very, very consistent in your decision making. Another thing, number 3, will be consistency. That means, she might be looking at you and be asking herself, is he who he really says he is? What is she testing? Whether your word matches your actions over time. She wants to know if what you say are actually coming out from who you are. What are your personalities? What are your traits? And what are your words? If they don't combine, the woman is willing to escape and run away. This is why it matters. Any man can act solid for a few weeks. Believe me, any man can act tough and solid for a few weeks. But remember, women pay attention to patterns, not promises. They pay attention to patterns, not promises. She wants to know if the man she meets is real. If she wants to know if the man she meets is the real you. She wants to know that this is you, this is not just a performance. That is how women are wired. She wants to find out, is this guy really who he says he is? Or is he just acting movie because I'm here? For real. Let me give you an example. She might not call it out. She might not say anything. She might not argue. She might not scream. But she's nothing if you said you do something and then actually did it. She won't call it out. She won't say nothing. She won't call it out. But she's nothing if you said you do something and then actually did it. So you should know how to be consistent, not flashy. Predictability builds trust. Do you know what it means for your girl to be in the midst of her friends and say, I can call my boyfriend right now, and he picks the call, and they say call him, and you pick the call, and you are sweet, and you want to know what she's doing, you really care, genuinely wants to know what she's doing, how she's feeling, and all those kind of things. They help you build the relationship. Number 4, leadership and decision making. Damn, this is really, really important in building a relationship. It will be, she might want to know if you can lead without controlling. Can he lead without controlling? Women want to be sure of that. Can this guy trying to get me lead without controlling? You know, what she's trying to test you for is to know whether you can take initiatives, make clear decisions, and navigate life with or without her direction. She wants to know whether you can take initiative, make clear decisions, and navigate life with or without her directions. Women need those security. It's very important as a man to give them that, security that you can make decisions, you can navigate life without her direction. Women don't like carrying a relationship. They don't like carrying the relationship. They are looking for a man who can confidently steer, not control her, but create structure and lead. Listen again, they are not looking for a man who can just talk. They are looking for a man who can confidently steer, not control her, but create structure and lead the relationship. Let me give you a scenario. She may step back to see if you take the lead on plans or resolving issues or defining the relationship. She will step back. She'll let you take the lead, let you be the planner, let you resolve issues, let you define the relationship. She'll take her step back, just let you to see how you will do that. So as a man, you have to be ready before stepping into any relationship. Now, as a man, what to do is this. Do not ask 100 times what she wants. Offer options, make plans, and invite her along. Listen again. Do not ask 100 times what she wants. Offer options, make plans, and invite her along. Women love that. Sometimes you have to plan together, but sometimes as a leader, you have to structure yourself this way. Number 5, which is going to be the last one for today, how to handle her vulnerabilities, which is very important. How do you handle her vulnerable times? Because a woman wants to be sure. A woman wants to be protected. A woman wants to be sure and protected when they open up to you. So don't let her start questioning herself. Is it safe for me to open up to this guy? Is it safe for me to open up to him? You have to be ready. Now, what she's testing is very simple. How you respond when she shows insecurity, fear, sadness, and her messy side. How you respond to her side when she's insecure, when she's scared, when there's sadness around her, or her messy side. What is your response to that? When she senses that you mock, dismiss, or withdraw when she opens up to you emotionally, she'll shut you down, period. When she finds out that you withdraw, you mock her, you dismiss her, you withdraw, when she opens up to you emotionally, she will shut down. Finally, there's no rebooting, there's no coming back. So you have to be very sensitive enough to understand when women are vulnerable and lead them, support them through it. Common scenario, this is a common scenario. She might cry during conversation, reveal trauma, or express fear of losing you. Not to manipulate you, but to see if you hold space. Listen again. She might cry during conversation, reveal trauma, or expresses fear of losing you. That is not to manipulate you, but to see if you hold space. Do not sometimes take those tears for weakness. They can easily be turned in a matter of seconds. Believe me, they can easily be turned in a matter. So when a woman is vulnerable and she gives you all this, she shows you all this sign, as a man, it's left for you to hold her and be like, okay, no problem, we can talk about this, we can, try to know where she's coming from, so you know how to fix it, or how to help her go through it. So as a man, what you have to do is this. Don't try to fix the problem. At that moment, don't try to fix the problem. Just sit down and listen. Just sit down and listen. Don't fix. Don't try to fix. Don't fix. Just listen, validate, and reassure her. Just sit there, listen, validate, and reassure her. So, men should be emotionally sensitive to women during this period. So those are the 5 tips I'm going to give out today. Remember, women don't test you because they are toxic. They test you because they are wired for emotional survival. Believe me, women don't test you because they are toxic. They test you because they are wired for emotional survival. When you pass your test, make sure you pass your test not by proving yourself, but by being solid in who you are. Make sure you pass your test not by proving yourself, but being solid in who you are. That's what real masculine energy looks like. Be solid as a rock in who you are. That's what a masculine energy looks like. So thank you for your time. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one. Jay Pata here. Bye.